You're doing a drunk sympathy fall with Palm Swipes After. A hole that'll never be filled of the latest episode of Mom Swipes Left, a mirth and frustration podcast with two middle-aged women who are squishy and crunchy at the same time. This is episode 9.3 about MSL episode 231. I'm your host, Pomme de Terre of Nowadays. Enjoy! Let's see. Rip Roaring Good Time episode. Full throated, full length. No more mini-sodes. Was it last week's? I can't even keep track. No, I don't think last week was the mini-sode. Doesn't matter. Carol had a shit list about her drunk anxiety. Jen had a shit list about her flip-floppy things not standing up to the test of time or the test of her feet, which should be the testers for flip-floppy things, the way they used to use gorillas and elephants, I think, for Samsonite luggage. Showing my age. She's also got a shit list with the black mold on her washing machine, which probably would explain the that beautiful husk of her voice that she's been breathing in black mold for so many years. But don't worry, love. That's your power. Notable news to Juice Newton's Angel of the Morning. Why not Queen of Hearts? Why not Queen of Farts? I liked how they worked in the word tardy and always makes it sound like it should be auto-corrected. Some fake news came across her Billy Barty roll-top desk. Not the map, it was a flag, Palm. The flag for minor attracted people made me wonder if people who are attracted to minors, such as dwarves who dig for gems and ore, have a flag. If you're attracted to minors, covered, speaking of black lung, finally an update from Dr. Steve, who has confirmed that old age does in fact cause death, and then played them off Oscar speech style. The rhetorical question that came out of that: at what point do you start disrobing an elderly person? My non-rhetorical answer is when they're just begging for it. Then a segment on brain injury superpowers, which were mostly creative, interesting. I think in my mind, it depends on where the brain injury is, what part of the brain. Some good questions about the Special Olympics logo. So I will do some auto correction here. Yes, I looked it up my own self, and the logo of 5 people with 6 arms is not a representation of special people, as participants in Special Olympics tend to be more those with intellectual and developmental disabilities, whereas the Paralympics would be those with physical impairments such as extra arms. Though I don't know, that might be considered an unfair advantage. But I've learned, interestingly, that they're not 5 people with 6 arms. They have 2 arms, but the arms are held at 3 different positions each, giving the illusion of 6 arms. So the down position of the arm is to represent a period in time when people with developmental disabilities were downtrodden. The straight out arm is representative of equality for people with disabilities, and the raised arm is one of victory. So there you are. You got 6 arms, but it's just 3 sentiments times 2. Made me wonder about the 5 rings of the Olympics, which apparently represent the 5 inhabited continents of the world, which still doesn't really work for me because it's apparently counting Africa, the Americas, so they don't even separate North and South America, Asia, Europe, and Oceania, which I guess is what they call Australia in the rest of the world. Oh, the other thing I wanted to point out about the Special Olympics logo is that it's like those 6 hands, 6 arms are holding hands, which I think is a lovely sentiment as well. Words, phrases I didn't get into my intro. Tuft of hair. Let's see. Oh, we learned that Carol doesn't swim or dive or play baseball in order to avoid head injuries, which explains why she left Joel hanging on his birthday. Never got an answer for what will Ken's superpower be? A sexual savant, perhaps? With his one good hand and half a dick? Jen came out of that segment a little pissed off that her synesthesia doesn't give her superpowers. Though she definitely has brain damage to match her deteriorating liver and cracked coccyx, or a Scotty dog spine. And I had something to say. Oh, right. Don't worry, Jen. You will one day get a savant tacked onto your idiot. Carol had a brilliant insight that cats, in fact, take cat naps. And we learned that stuffies only wake up when they need love. Finally, an important reminder to save Altoona 1. Call and leave a message for Jen and Carol at Altoona, E-L as in the Spanish, tuna as in the fish, then the number 1. 207 is the area code on that, by the way. And once again, thanks for joining me. That is all.